So today we want to talk about living by design, and stopping the drift. That we must pay the most careful attention to whatever we've heard. Why? So that we don't drift away. There is a life that God has designed for you, and there's a life that God has designed for me. There's a life that God has designed for each of us. You were designed to live on purpose. You were designed to stay there. You were built for something the way a bird is built for the air. It's not straining against gravity, but a bird that is held up by it. Because when a bird is in a right environment, or when it is in its right environment, flying, does not look like effort. Think about a bird. It looks like ease. Bird doesn't look like it's struggling to fly when it's in the right environment. It looks like the thing it was meant to do. And that's not talent showing off. That is design on full display. And that is the life that God offers us. That is a life that God wants us to live, a life that is so aligned to its purpose that obedience starts to feel less like climbing and straining and struggling and fighting, and more like coming home and flowing. Because you and I were meant to move through our assignments the way a fish moves through the water. Like the medium itself, the environment itself was meant to hold us. But I truly believe almost none of us in this room today, on this site, on this platform, no one, I don't believe any one of us leaves our assignments on purpose. Not always. I don't think that's how it happens. We didn't get here by accident. It's not how it happens. I don't think some of us wake up one morning and decide to walk away from God. I don't think that's a decision we have. That's not a decision we make, that I'm going to walk away from God. I'm going to walk away from the discipline. I'm going to walk away from the person I was born, I was loved, I was saved, I was gifted and anointed to be. No, I don't think any of us just wake up and walk away from that. It's not a decision. I don't think it's a dramatic event or exit. I think a lot of times what happens is we just get busy. We just let one thing slide. The sky doesn't fall. We just let one thing slide. And after we're letting one thing slide, we let another thing slide. And every reason we let it slide is a good reason to us in the moment. I've got a lot going on. I'll get back to it when things slow down. And things never slow down. What slows down is us, because we get sick and we can't do anything else. It happens because we just say, I need a season. I need some time to breathe. And things never slow down. And the season that season becomes a pattern. And one day we look up and we're not where we are meant to be. We're not doing what we said we would. We're not who we said we promised to be. And here's the part that unsettles us. The part is that none of us can really point to the day that it actually happened. Because of the truth of the matter, there isn't just one day. We drifted. And drift is rarely rebellion. Drift is usually, it happens by neglect. That we've drifted. But we got to pay attention. We got to pay careful attention to the things that we've heard, lest we drift away. And here's what we need to see. And I need you to lean in here. You never drift toward God. You only ever drift away from God. We drifted. And asking the current why it pulled you away is a waste of a good morning. The real question, and the only useful question we need to raise today, is how do I come back? And how do I stay put when everything in the current is still running the other way?